sweet? Do you feel sweet? It's amazing. I have no skin and I feel everything. It's amazing. I feel good when you feel good. I knew I would. It's amazing. I've wanted this for so long. Now the deed has been done. We shall rise with the sun. Spend our time as one. Now there is no sin in anything. It's amazing. I hope you do too, 'cause I love everything. It's all amazing. I feel new. Do you feel new? I understand when they say we're born again, 'cause I've been born again. I'm born again. And it's amazing. It's the best thing. It's glorious. It's life-changing. This feeling is amazing. It's the best thing. It's glorious. It's life-changing. This feeling.
Welcome, hello, welcome to tonight's live LUF Lounge, everybody. It's a 1-year celebration. Can you believe that? We've been doing this every Saturday night for the last 52 weeks. People's shoulders must be starting to drop by now. But every week we've got a fabulous audience that tunes in, and tonight, you know, I just want to remember you guys are why we do this. So hit the like button and hit the share button. Let's get it out there to as many people as possible, because one of the things we're going to do is show you a little montage of the last 12 months. And in that montage, you'll see the growth and development of some of the people that have been on this live LUF Lounge. I'm just going to let Hayley back into the room. I'm really impressed with my ability to multitask, and you're going to see some of them. I'm going to expose some of them skills to you tonight. But first of all, I want to give you a warning. It comes with a warning, a real serious warning, that we will seriously and make a savage attempt to wake you up and enlighten you and pull you right into the moment. So that's the warning. You heard it here first. We've got a top lineup of people. Tonight's value is legacy, and I think it's apt because we are going to be looking back over the last 12 months. Just before we get into that, over the last 12 months, I want to say, according to the figures, the numbers, we have reached 659,378 people. And the views total over the last year of the live LUF Lounge amount to and 17,952. And this one's gonna blow you out of the minutes watched, the total of minutes that people have watched content. So this space, what we create, the minutes that have been viewed are 257,355. That equals 4,289 hours, the equivalent of 178 days people have been in this space with us. And that's not just our community, that's everybody. So I think, you know, we all deserve a massive pat on the back for that. So who've we got with us tonight on the live LUF Lounge?
Good evening, everyone. My name's Peter. I'm doing the comments tonight. It's a pleasure to be here. It's the first birthday. I'm so excited. Woohoo! Who's next?
Hiya, my name's Willie and I'm doing Willie's Words of Wisdom tonight. So share, hit them buttons, share and like.
Who else have we got?
Hello everybody, I'm Hayley and I'm just here to talk about my time being clean and how Red Rose Recovery helped me 8 months ago.
And this is your second time, because the first time the internet connection was a bit so welcome, Hayley. Who else have we got?
Hi, I'm Rianne. I'm just to talk about my relapse now and important is to connect, and it's good to be here.
Wow.
Well done.
Yeah, you're going in deep. Yeah, keeping it real. Good on you, Rianne. Fortune ventures the brave, that's what they say. Who else have we got?
Got some double trouble there from Warrington.
Oh.
Dominic's on the stir fry. Jeff the chef.
Brilliant.
Just a quick one on there before we move on, Pete. Rihanna, the love you getting coming on these comments is phenomenal. Honestly, everyone is so pepped to hear your life story tonight. It's going to be amazing. You know, welcome everybody. Hi, Peter. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Oliver. Everyone, you know, everyone that's putting comments on there now. Welcome, guys. Don't forget, you must like and share. Let's hit as many people as we can. Also, there is a little survey for you to fill in on the Facebook page. I think, if that's right, Peter Yarwood, just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Fill it in, guys. It's dual diagnosis. If we get as many people to fill this survey in as possible, we get a bigger collation of scores, and then we'd be able to help more people. You know, so come on, guys. It takes 2 minutes. In fact, Pete's going to give you the figures on it. I think it takes an average of between 2.5 to 3 minutes to fill it in.
It does. It takes no more, average like 3.5 minutes to fill in a survey, and it's really important. I'm going to feed back to you the last quarter's data very quickly. I know it's a dry subject, but very, very quickly. Over the last quarter, the data we've captured from dual diagnosis, the deep dive we've done into our community, and it's really important. But let's finish off the introductions. We have got Bethany. Bethany, where are you?
One second. My date is like literally running out.
Oh no.
I know, I'm not having much luck, am I?
No. Well, are you gonna, before your data runs out, are you gonna give us a tune?
Yeah, I'll play it now.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so nervous. I've literally only learnt this song today.
Right.
Just trying to find it now. Like, I'm so nervous.
But you're okay. It's all right.
Trying to breathe. I've got it. I've got it. Is everybody ready? I don't think I'm ready, but right, let's do it. Should we do it?
Go for it, Beth.
Right. Oh,
You'll smash it.
I hope so. If I mess up, I'm sorry. I've only just learnt it today. Oh, God. I gotta take a little time A little time to think things over. I better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. Now this mountain I must climb feels like the world is on my shoulder. Wait, oh, got it wrong again. Sorry, guys. It keeps me warm as life goes colder. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Yes, I now I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna be what love is. I know you can show me. I'm gonna take a little time to look around me. I've nowhere left to hide. It looks like love is finally found me. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop me now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna be what love is. I know you can show me. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna be what love is. And I got so much love. I wanna know what love is. I know you can show me. I wanna be what love is. I know you can show me. I want you to show me. And I got so much love. Thank you, everyone. Oh my God. Thank you, everybody.
Well done.
Well done, Beth.
You
On
are.
a top song as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was it okay?
Yeah. Well done, Beth.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Brilliant.
Beth.
It was superb. I just can't wait until we can get into some of the live venues, you know, get back to doing it, because we've got so much skill within our community. It just doesn't get showcased enough. I could feel the emotion in your voice there. You're amazing. And I think the more we can like rally our resources together, you know, I've been doing some work with some guys who are challenged in a few areas, but they've got skills, and I know the opportunity to get stuck into something meaningful is the difference, what's going to make the difference in their life. So with a few connections, we pulled together a little bit of resource in the Lancashire User Forum and bought some time from a recording studio with a couple of technicians, and was able to lay down the tracks. And one of the things they were saying was they need a female vocalist to go alongside the rap. And I just think we found it. We found the female vocalist. Let's get her stuck in. You know, and they're the things we can do when we start organising. So thank you, Bethany. Before I open it up, what the guys have asked me to do is give a little bit of history, you know, what things used to be like, how we've got where we are. Go for it, Peter.
Sorry, before you move on from Bethany, mate, you know, I just don't want to take away from what Bethany's just done. The love that you've got coming through from the comments is absolutely phenomenal, Beth. I've never seen as many love hearts or thumbs or smiley faces and crying faces in my whole entire life. Yeah, Scott Parker, come on, Bethany, Emily, love you, Beth, Peter, amazing girl, what a voice. Do you know what I mean? You have got so much love, so much potential. You are amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to you, Pete.
Yeah, we really do have, you know, guys, I'm shocking for like having ideas, and, you know, I do not want to set this woman up to fail, so make sure I am held to account when it comes to the resources and the connections and actually making it happen, because I think it would just be a crying shame if we didn't join up some of the dots. So I know you're watching. In our committee meeting on Monday, let's make sure via the Lancashire User Forum we're pulling those resources from Red Rose Recovery, and we make sure they get to the people where they need to be. So hold me to account on that, because sometimes I forget. And here's the thing, yeah, I'm all right with feedback as well. Sometimes I need that feedback. Just give it me on a one-to-one. Don't give it me in front of everyone, because I struggle to hear it then. But feedback, the breakfast of champions, man. A little bit of history. Is that all right? Are we moving on? Because we've got loads to get through. Little bit of history. Lancashire User Forum started off in 2007, and it was a chap called Tom Woodcock. He was a commissioner, strategic director of Lancashire Drug and Alcohol Action Team, and what he wanted to do, I'll leave it on gallery, so if anyone wants to come in, just put your hand up. One of the things the strategic director wanted to do, along with his team of commissioners, was make sure that the people who were accessing treatment was getting a good service. And at that point in time, around about 2007, I think there was about £30 million spent on services, procuring, you know, services that people in crisis would need to access. So between them, they come up with an idea of creating a space once every 6 weeks, and we'll put on some food. We'll book it down in the Gujarat Centre for those that remember, and we'll pay for like 50 covers. So like if 50 people turn up, they all get a decent curry. We'll give people travel expenses, and we'll ask them what their experience was of all the services they came through. And I remember that period. There was some really good campaigns that was done, like OD 999 was born from the Lancashire User Forum. Up until that point in time, if you overdosed, and you overdosed in somebody's house, they wasn't wanting to phone an ambulance very quickly because they'd be arrested. You know, you'd just probably get frog marched to a phone box and left there. So that was one of the campaigns they started to say, look, if you're with someone and they overdose and you phone an ambulance, you will not be arrested, you know. So there was some really good pieces of work that came from the Lancashire User Forum. But I try and imagine if I was a service provider working within this really complex system, and I went along to a Lancashire User Forum in which lots of people was coming in and saying, you know, I'm not getting the outcome I want. It's really shit. And my daughter's dying. You know, there was giving some heavy feedback, and I just think when you do that and it's not done on a, sometimes it can be unproductive, especially if there's nothing you can do about it. So anyway, I term that lightheartedly the whinge your thumb period, because it did tend to focus on what was wrong in order to build something that was strong. So the guy who led that forum, I went and I seen him, and it was the first time I ever seen anybody with a lived experience coming through the system who had, you know, autonomy, who was sat with his back straight saying, yeah, I used to be a service user, but now my voice shapes the services, you know, and I'm holding this meeting now alongside some senior people in the council and in NHS and in different, you know, different services, and that was shocking to me, because I'd always felt the huge power imbalance. So it had my attention straight away. And he was called Dave Rankin, for anyone who remembers him, a Scottish fellow. And he was great. You know, he led the forum for a couple of years, and he did brilliant. Anyway, I'd gone to the forum, and one of the things you did was you'd signed a signing in sheet, and they kept your email address. And one day I got an email, and I was part way through reading a social science degree, a BA honours in social science, and I needed a job, and I couldn't get one. I'd be dead honest, because I had a lengthy criminal record, you know, and I wasn't that far out of treatment. I'd just come off the back of a relapse, and nobody wanted to touch me with a barge pole, and it was hard surviving on a student grant. So I got an email saying there was a part-time temporary minimum wage job opportunity opened up, and it was to, you know, critique the service user voice in Lancashire and feed it into the system designs. And one of my responsibilities was to chair the Lancashire User Forum meeting. And what we did was we said, well, first of all, we want to research what works. We want to create a space, and this isn't difficult to do, man. You know, if you're watching this around the country, here's the roadmap. It's not difficult. We said we want to create a space where everybody feels like they're valued. Doesn't matter whether you haven't got shoelaces in your shoes and you stink because you've got nowhere to live. When you come into this space, you're going to feel like you're valued, and that is a culture thing. So we have to make sure everybody is on the same page. And we wanted I suppose, an evidence base to build it on. So we looked for a methodology, and the one we found was the 5 Ways to Wellbeing. The New European Economics Foundation did a huge piece of work, and they said, you apply these principles in your life, don't matter who you are or where you are, you'll get better. Evidence proves you'll get better. So we said, we'll have them. It's about the 5 ways to well-being for us, and everyone, whether you're in treatment or out of it, whether you're in services or out of it, whether you have trauma, whether you have challenges in your life, here's something you can use to progress. The second one, the evidence-based, the foundation we wanted to build it on was asset-based community development. We wanted to focus on what was good and true and beautiful. And some of us didn't know that. We just knew what was wrong. You know, for 20 years, we've been diagnosed to the point where we're well aware what's wrong with us. We know, in fact, that's all we can think about. You know, I know I'm a junkie. I know I'll never amount to nothing. They were the internal messages that dialogue had created. So it was no wonder that I was bouncing round trauma and bouncing round services. So we said, we want to change that. And we'll start by having a different conversation, and we'll ask people what the skills and abilities are, and we'll take it from there. And what that did, it created a vibe, it created an energy, positive energy that was attractive. And what we know, what evidence tells us, all your professors and all your top people have studied this, and what they've said is, when you have a lived experience of a particular set of issues and then go on to use that lived experience to bring about social change, you can transmit that better than anybody else. Fact. So we said, okay, we've got something that we can do better than anybody else. Let's not get big-headed about it, because we all want the same thing. Let's try and stand shoulder to shoulder and wake up to those ideologies that separate, that divide and conquer. Let's cop on to that and start, you know, organising, because we've mobilised loads of people on a national level now, but going back 10 years ago, on a local level, let's organise. So because it grew, we always said, let's make sure, keep handing it over. My job was to identify some leaders and grow opportunities around them and say, I've done it for a while, your job is to do it now. And I won't, my thinking, when I learned to swim, and some people have heard this before, in Moss Side swimming baths, I was like a dolphin in the baby pool, small, you know, it was only 2 foot, warm, no other kids in there. I was up and down that like a dolphin. Didn't want to know when it comes to the big pool. Didn't want to go in there. It was cold. There was other kids in there, you know, and I'm probably a little bit scared. And I remember my dad took me up to the top of the end, and he just threw me in. And I went under, I swallowed a bit of water, you know, I got to the side and I was like dead angry. How could you do that? You know, I think I might have even swore at him. But I didn't realise, I do now, he was helping me to face my fears. And I wouldn't have done it unless I had him motivating me. But what he was there to do was make sure, had I gone under, he was straight in. He was pulling me out. He was just saying, look, you can do it, son. You know, don't be frightened of it. It won't kill you. And if you do need help, I'm there with you. So we just took that concept and said, we'll cut a path, but we'll make sure we hand over those opportunities to teach others how to do it. You know, we won't just, oh, I've got something really good and I'm brilliant at it and I'm not going to let anyone else have a go because I'm good. You know, it's not about that. So what we realised was people bought into that concept. So we went back to the commissioners and said, look, we need some resources to access training, to access, you know, decent housing, decent opportunities. And Red Rose Recovery was born. And there wasn't many of us at first. There was just, I think, 3 or 4. You know, a couple of the guys from the early days are dead now. Because we know it's a chronic relapsing condition, don't we? And, you know, some of us don't fight it as good as others. And it is a fight, for a lifelong fight. So early days, some of the guys who helped us pioneer it aren't here anymore. But what we do know is, as a group of people, we're resilient, man. We can dust ourselves down and have another go. And that's just what we kept doing. I mean, if you look at COVID, we've not just survived the last year, we've grown. We've won more contracts. We've grown as a community, as an organisation, even while resources are diminishing. You know, Peter Abbott is here with us. Peter, you know, tell us why you're here and where we picked you up from.
Right. Okay. So Thanks for just dropping it in there, Peter. Thank you.
But I'm here. If you go under, I'll pull you out.
Yeah, so I don't want to share too much because obviously next week is a big L&D takeover, so make sure you tune in. But I was signposted into Red Rose about 15, 16 months ago. I've struggled with addiction and alcohol pretty much all of my life from being 16, from leaving home way too early. I'd left the family home. I thought I had it going on. I thought I knew what was going on in life. You know what I mean? And I knew nothing, So yeah, I just lived a life, and I'll go into more detail next week, but I just lived a life of like just bouncing around from place to place, thinking I had it going on, making money, losing money, breaking hearts, as we all do. Gosh, yeah, so I ended up getting signposted into Red Rose through liaison and diversion. Last June was when it really kicked off for me. Go on,
And
something.
That liaison and diversion contract is across Lancashire and South Cumbria. And we have got, what is it, 5, 6 roles, 9 police stations our guys are in.
Yeah.
Our guys who normally go into the police station in a set of handcuffs are now going in through the main entrance and being introduced to people in crisis in the cells, saying, we're going to have a different conversation with you and we're going to spin your life off in a different way. Because no longer do we want to see people in the criminal justice system who should be in the healthcare system. They shouldn't be supported in the prisons and the police stations and the institution when they're poorly.
Well, look, sorry, Peter, but for me, this is you just hit the nail on the head there. Why should people have to find out about this service that is available at the end in a police cell? Why can't they find out about this before? There's many, many ways for people to find out about what, about Red Rose, about L&D, before they actually hit the police cells. They don't have to do that.
Tune in next week and you will find out. So what we also recognised was, now the commissioners are seeing austerity on the horizon. They're going to start breaking up all the systems. At that point in time, if you wanted to access some of the funding, you had to apply through a strategic group of really high senior ranking professionals who would read those applications. And as the chair of the Lancashire User Forum, I used to be on those panels assessing some of those applications. And it would be, this is public money, they would be wanting things like, on a Sunday afternoon, we want a couple of extra police cars because we think there's lots of drink driving coming from the golf clubs. And I'd be like, man, some of these applications, we can do it better. And what we did was we said to the commissioners, look, the system, what you've got, what is really costly, we think we can commission against it similar, but using our experience. And they tested it out. And cutting a long story short, the chief exec of Public Health England, Duncan Selby, come down to have a look at our model. And we've still got it. It's called the BRIC Fund, where we commission again, people what have got an idea and they can apply to that fund. If we wasn't here as a community to commission against that pot of money, we'd have lost it. So we've kept it, and our people in the community have, there's loads of good examples. In fact, we might do a show about it one week. So now we're starting to get quite successful in the sense. I've just got a text through off someone, and it's reminded me of what I just said there. A family that I'm working through are going to the they're going to the police because, they shouldn't be going to the police for somebody who really needs to be supported through a different service. I know I can wax on all night. What we have got is a montage, you know, a best bits of the last year, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and play that because I've waxed on too much. And if I'm honest, I'm forgetting what I'm saying because I can't fit it all in physically in like 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is share my screen. So I tick a couple of the boxes to share the sound as well. And then hopefully now you should be able to see the live LUF Lounge 1 year celebration. So here you go, guys. It's 20 minutes long. See you. Before I share it though, there's people on there who say, you know, hi, my name's Daniel Littlechild and I'm volunteering with Red Rose Recovery. And I'm thinking, no, you're not volunteering. You're working full time, mate. That's within a space of a year. So, you know, we've not just survived, we've grown. And there's too many people to name and capture in this montage. But thank you to you all. I love you all.
Don't press play yet. Don't press play yet. We've got comments that I need to throw out here. You know, Daniel Littlechild, I learned the 5 ways from David D, and I now deliver it for Red Rose Recovery. Peter Yarwood, you're such an inspirational speaker. 5 Ways to Wellbeing group is excellent. Guys, get on the group, 5 Ways to Wellbeing. It really is fantastic. Don't forget, guys, if you're struggling, www.redroserecovery.org.uk. Click on the link, click on the website, refer yourself. If you're worried about somebody, refer them. We'll pick them up and we will help them. Back to you, Pete, to press play.
Well, back to us now. So have a look at some of the guys on the best bits for over a year, the last year, as we've occupied this space. Welcome to the live LUF Lounge.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Lancashire User Forum.
We're live. Welcome, everyone, to the live LUF Lounge.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Lancashire User Forum's live LUF Lounge on a Saturday evening. I'd like to say a massive thank you and welcome to everybody that's taking their time out tonight.
Where we're here to create a safe space for people who are struggling with addiction, drug, alcohol, and mental health issues.
And it's a space for us to talk, and it's a space for us to have a voice. And on that note, we need you to click like and click share because that voice needs to be heard, guys. So get on it. Everybody click the like, everybody click the share, and let's do this.
Me, tortured debauchery. Let's do it.
Rat pong in the sewer line. Drip, drop, drip. I'll drop the mattress on the dry bit.
Can I just ask you then, because last week we got into it a little bit around people who was in emergency accommodation and how the system was flexing to provide support for those people's needs.
Yeah, I think that's a really important topic, Peter. We've seen, you know, there was a lot of political pressure. Basically, I think you've got to sort of look at it a bit through a political lens.
Lots of prisoners with short sentences have been released into the community. So we just got straight on the phone to Paula Harriott from the Reform Trust and just asked the question, Paula, how do you feel about coming on to the live LUF Lounge? And fair play to you, Paula, with just like 20 minutes notice, you were there, weren't you?
In there.
Welcome, Paula Harriott.
Unmute yourself.
Mute myself. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nice. No, definitely. I mean, delighted to take part. You know, amongst friends. So that's lovely. But yeah, it's a really important announcement, and I work at the Prison Reform Trust in London, working on the involvement of prisoners in our work and in policy work in general. And over the last 2 weeks, we've been stepping up the pressure behind the scenes on the government about the coronavirus drama in prisons, because much has been made of keeping the public safe, but very little's been made about keeping prisoners safe.
But we used to have Luke in our office, so anything IT based, Luke was like, this is how you do it. And I've got sausage fingers, so every time I press buttons, I get about 5 keys. So it's been a nightmare, this. So I've got a lot of learning to do.
We all have, Rob. The world has. The world has. Chris.
Hello.
How are you doing, dude?
I'm all right, thank you. It's good to see everybody looking well. Strange times we're in.
How are you finding things, Chris? In the world of conditioning, in your little bunker, it looks like.
I'm in a little bunker. I'm in the loft. So apologies for the buffering on the internet. I've told everybody to turn Netflix off. That might help.
I have as well.
It's strange times. It's strange times for all of us, isn't it? And I think I love working from home usually, but this is extreme.
Yeah, so my name is Matt Southwell. I'm the project executive of the European Network of People Who Use Drugs, or EuroMPD, and I'm also involved in a UK drug user group called Respect Drug User Rights.
Yes, Black Lives Matter, and I would like to give you my take from a Black man who is going through this out here right now. My fears, my mindset, and I'm just going to get honest with y'all, okay?
Leon, nice to see you. A bit of Welsh in the background, a welcome all the way from Wales.
Unmute yourself.
There, am I all right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you loud and clear, Ben.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, darling, how are you?
I'm very good, I'm very good. Thank you for inviting me again.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
I loved it, didn't I?
Brilliant. We can do our own version of that on, I think it's something like...
Are you playing?
Yeah, effects.
Have you got some effects to show me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is one for
You don't...
Woo!
Woo! All right.
Emma did her very own face paint as well, so it's pretty cool and funky. That
it's an improvement. It's an improvement, Emma.
Take it off. It's freaking me out. Take it off.
Okay.
Yeah, so my name's Glenn. I'm an advocate for Lancashire User Forum and I work for Red Rose Recovery.
Hello everybody, my name's Scott. I'm an advocate also for Lancashire User Forum and I also work for Red Rose Recovery.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. I'm a lead volunteer for the East of Lancashire for Red Rose Recovery and also a advocate for the Lancashire User Forum.
Thanks Daniel, my name is Jack. I am a volunteer for Red Rose Recovery in the East and I'm also an advocate for the Lancashire User Forum, and I shall hand over to Mick.
Right, so I'm Pastor Mick Fleming, aka the Sinister Minister, and I'm the pastor of Church on the Street Ministries, and it does what it says on the tin. And I'll be here with Word of the Week. Keep it real.
My name's Lindsay. I am a Red Rose volunteer in the North, and I'm also on the LUF committee, and I am here to help Glen Island out tonight. So when I'm looking down, I'm not being rude, I'm helping out with the comments and shout outs. So fire away and don't forget to like and share.
Well, I'm the king without a kingdom, and I'm the winner who's never won. And I'm the one who's left behind when everyone has gone. Never understand why everyone was smiling. Sun was shining, but inside I was dying. I just needed to know which way to go. I've been traveling down the wrong side of the highway, trying to do it on my own and trying to do it my way. I just needed to know which way to go. We said, show me the way to go. I'm tired and I want to know. I had enough a long time ago. Show me the way to go.
So I'll just say as well, so this
been populated from the people who liked and shared all week from last Saturday. So if you like and share today and all week, you'll go into next week's giveaway. So if you don't like and share, you won't enter the competition.
Right, drum roll, please. Oh, that's gone faster tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's on steroids.
Bjorn Wisedale.
You're up, man. You're going to lead us into tonight with a song, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes. We'll do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
I was told once that, you know, you can start your sobriety at any time of the day, in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter. And I think it's testament to Emily's strength that she's got back, touch wood, to sobriety, and I wish her all the best, and Terry, of course.
Hi, good evening. I'm Jo Johnson, Service Manager for Liaison and Diversion, which is part of Lancashire and South Cumbria NHS Trust.
Hi, I'm Neil Proctor. I'll be speaking about my football team, or KFC, and how we've been very lucky to get a stepping stone grant.
My name's William Killeen. I am founder and director of Men Here CIC, which is a peer-led support group, among other things, solely for men in Lancashire.
So hi, I'm Julie, work for Acorn, and this is my daughter. Hi, I'm Jade.
Hi, I'm Luke and I'm unemployed.
Oh, that's not like me to be mute.
Oh, we've got you. We've got you.
I work for CGL, Change Grow Live. I'm a key worker. I just thought I'd come on and have a bit of a chat with you, ask me any questions. And I'm going to be talking a little bit tonight about respect.
Yes, hi, I'm Pete, 37 years old. Been invited onto the LUF Lounge today to share my life story with you guys. Very nervous, but also quite excited to do this.
Hello, I'm Barbara English. I work for Red Rose Recovery under the Mind contract, and I'll be telling one of our guys' stories.
We've got Baljeet's come back.
Yes,
So
Baljeet in the house.
Baljeet, have you sorted your Wi-Fi out now?
Yeah, it's all sorted. Sorry about that. I'm back with my cuppa.
Well, we are so glad to have you.
Because
So
we are the answer to the issues that our communities are facing. It was my lived experiences that were actually strategizing and building initiatives and projects. And that's exactly the same for the incredible leaders who are here today. You know, like the work that Daz is doing, the work that Pete's doing, the incredible work that Paul is doing, Peter, Emma, yourselves, Emily, and it's so lovely to meet you as well, Lovey. And that's what we're doing. So, and the thing is, I got inspired. I look back to our ancestors for this work, because I started to ask the sector, do we value lived experience as a form of knowledge, not as a vulnerable identity, but the experiences we gather when we walk through our lives. And I went back to our ancestors, because human history like dictates and illuminates the fact that it's people at the hard edge of social injustice who create change.
Guys, lovely to see you again. I was here last month, but I've been brought back for some ungodly known reason, hopefully to entertain you and put some smiles on faces.
I'm Claire. I'm from We Are With You Lancashire, so drug and alcohol service for young people under 25.
Welcome eventually to the Live LUF Lounge. We have some absolutely brilliant guests for you tonight, but first we've got a couple of jobs for you. First, I want you to hit the like button and give some positive vibes for tonight, and then hit the share button. I want it sharing to as many people as possible, as many groups, then we can share the messages that we've got tonight.
Honestly, there's loads of people and already I'm really excited, so it's really good. Lots of people.
Oh, brilliant. So if you haven't already done so, say hello to Emily and she'll give you a shout out.
Hi guys, it's nice to be on the show. I'm project lead for Rosendale Works Employability Project and very much a member of the Challenge Through Sports Initiative Project with Active Lancashire.
Hi everybody, I'm Alison Starkey. I'm Health and Wellbeing Assistant for Inspire in Accrington. Just have a little bit of a chat to you tonight around bloodborne viruses.
Ben, that boy with the bucket hat.
Thanks for the introduction, Dan. And hi, Bev and the rest of the gang, the twins. It's always good to see you guys. It's a blessing to be on Red Rose Recovery. Yeah, it's Ben SOS. It's your boy with the bucket hat.
Hayley, it sounds like you've got a really good mindset though, because you had an opportunity to get into the X Factor.
Yeah.
And you put that aside, even though it comes with lots of, trappings, you put that aside and you fought for your kids. And I just think it's a beautiful thing, because watching you sing there, you can see you love it and you get joy from it.
Yeah.
So to have to pay the price and give up something that you get so much joy for, to then get your kids back on Christmas Eve.
I get more joy from my kids than I do from singing.
Are you going to go back on though? Did you say X Factor?
Do you know what? I got an email because I was in all the papers. Even One Direction tweeted about me saying I was their favourite, Louis Tomlinson, and I was meant to order. Yeah, it's all over Twitter. He said I was the best he'd ever heard. So I got an email this year asking me to go back, and then bloody coronavirus come, didn't it? So we couldn't go.
The theme for tonight is hope. And I think your story there has just give hope to so many people.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to our Christmas Zoom show. This time of year, we normally do a pantomime, but for obvious reasons, we've not been able to. But despite this, we've still done a show, and it's totally all on Zoom, and we hope it brings you some festive cheer. Doing our show on Zoom does bring its challenges, and it's totally different because we don't get a chance to meet up and rehearse. However, what is consistent is the spirit, the fun, the laughter, and the growth as individuals. And because it's on Zoom, the advantage is more people can actually watch it.
Are you hanging up a stocking on your wall?
Right, everyone. Nice to meet you all, and especially everyone who's watching. My name's Byron. I'm a Preston lad, and if you know me, you know I'm extremely proud to be from Preston and Deepdale, born and raised. Little old Byron from Deepdale, apparently, so it's been called, has created one of the most hard-hitting and powerful and most successful anti-knife crime companies in England.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Pete. It's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be asked to do the comments on the LUF Lounge this evening. Can't wait to get the show going. There's loads and loads of stuff packed in there tonight, and I'm going to be keeping you up to date with all the comments. Emily, you are getting a lot of love already, which is great. So I think we're going to be having a great show tonight.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm beyond delighted to have been asked to be a guest speaker. I grew up with Emily. Emily is a childhood friend of mine, and it's really important for me to be here today and see what you all do and how I may be able to help with your vision, because I am an ambassador for the Frank Bruno Foundation, and our aim is to give something back to the community. So thanks for having me.
Hi, my name's Willie. I'm a recovered addict for 8 years now, and currently recovered from mental health problems as well, but still have my fair share of them. Yep, my words of wisdom for this Saturday. I keep moving ahead, as always, knowing deep down inside that I'm a good person and that I am worthy of a good life. And I've also got another one as well. Sometimes the people around you won't understand your journey. They don't need to. It's not for them.
Hi everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Stephen. I'm someone who was lucky enough to find recovery, managed to sort my life out. And
hello, I'm Bethany, recovering from addiction. I'm not really good at talking, to be honest, but don't really know what to say. What do I say?
You know what, Bethany? The thing is, the fact is, a couple of months ago, you wouldn't have even been sat on this platform. You know what I mean? So, what you know, that in itself is massive. This is us giving you confidence. This is you taking power and giving yourself confidence.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous.
Don't you be nervous. Let's just go for it. Let's kick it out there. It's going to be amazing. We have faith in you.
Right. Ready?
Go for it.
I got no excuses for all of these goodbyes. Call me when it's over, 'cause I'm dying inside. Wake me when the shakes are gone, cold sweats disappear. Call me when it's over, myself is waiting. But I don't know why I do it every time. It's only when I'm lonely. And sometimes I just wanna cave and I don't wanna fight. I try, just hold me. I'm lonely. And mama, I'm so sorry, I'm not sober anymore. Daddy, please forgive me for the drink spilled on the floor. For the ones who never left me, we've been down this road before. I'm so sorry, I'm not sober anymore. Sorry for my future love, for the man that left my bed, for making love the way I saved for you beside my head. Sorry for the friends I lost, watch me fall again. I wanna be your role model, but I'm only human. But I don't know why I do it every time. It's only I'm lonely. And sometimes I just wanna cave and I don't wanna fight. I try, just hold me. I'm lonely. And mama, I'm so sorry, I'm not sober anymore. And daddy, please forgive me for the drink spilled on the floor. For the ones who never left me, we've been down this road before. I'm so sorry, I'm not sober anymore. I'm not sober anymore. Sorry that I'm here again. I promise I'll get help. It wasn't my intentions. I'm sorry to myself.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. There you have it, guys. The best bits from the last year.
It was quite emotional.
Yeah. So I don't think I can follow on from that, except to say thank you to everyone who's been a part of it. There's too many to name, but you know, I'll have a go. All the LUF committee, all the people who've gave time up on a Saturday evening, because it isn't the traditional 9 to 5. This is Saturday evening. You know, guys have given their time up to come and occupy this space. Big thank you to you and to our very own Scott Maskell, who pulls these videos together. You know, it's brilliant, and every one of you guys are awesome. So while the twins get ready to give us a song, we've got Willie, who's going to give us his wisdom. We've been waiting for Willie to like tell us about his book. So with your book, Willie, what we're going to do is have a tab on our website where people can just click, and you know, if they want to buy Willie's book, because we thought about helping you get a website, and we thought, oh, you know, Willie's website might attract some unwanted traffic. So if we get buy Willie's book tab on our website, we can make sure that anybody who wants to buy Willie's book can do so. And Willie has said that he wants any of the resources to go into the Lancashire User Forum. So when just say for instance, we sell, you know, so many books, then we will ring fence that money, and as a committee, you know, people coming on, you know, getting involved in the Lancashire User Forum for the camp, for the, you know, even if we want to lay down some tracks with the recording studio and some time for the technician, we've got a little bit of resource there to do it, and Willie's story gets out. And you know, I think it's massive. One, that you've done it, you've actually written your story in a book and got it to print, and two, you've said, I want that to get paid forward into the community, Willie.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, yeah. And I'd say, like you said before, yeah, Red Rose and LUF picked me up years ago when I started going from the hospital. Now, I'd like to mention as well about the mental health patients in custody in police stations. Yeah, I was in there like when I got done, and I was basically just in there, you know what I mean? And I didn't get tracked well. They never given me tablets or nothing, you know. So I think mental health people should be took straight to hospital, because more and more of them are ending up in prison. And when I was in prison, I seen a hell of a lot of mental health people waiting to go to hospitals because they don't have beds in hospitals. So they put them in prison to let them wait there till they go to hospital, which I find is unfair. It's unfair because mental health people, you know, they can't cope, and being in a cell 23 hours a day isn't helping anybody. It's just making them worse, you know. So half of them are waiting to go to court, to go to a hospital. But I don't agree with it. The thing I say is, when a mental health person is or anyone is arrested for any offence, when they go to the police station, there should be someone there that is a mental health like doctor or something, you know, because the doctor I got, he didn't have a clue. So I'm just saying, like, there should be more there for in the police station for people that are going there, you know, and half of them they release and then they're back the next day, you know, with the same problems. And when I was waiting for when I was in prison waiting for a bed in a mental health hospital, it took ages, you know. They have to find you a hospital, they have to get funding for a hospital, they've got to get doctors, you know, all of this. And I just don't agree with it. I think it's crap, you know. And people with addiction is the same. people with addiction, when they go into police stations, I don't know now, but when I was going into police stations, they wouldn't give me my methadone.
Yeah,
They wouldn't give me.
carry on. Yeah, I'm just agreeing with you. I'm going to come in a minute and talk to you about this. That's all right.
They wouldn't give me my methadone. They wouldn't give me my antipsychotics. And, you know, I'm not scared to say it. You know, I'm not giving a shit. But the thing is, addicts are people, mate, with problems, mental health problems, you know. They didn't wake up and be like, you know, addicts have got a lot of problems or less problems. I'm not saying they've got a lot of problems, but, you know, people shouldn't say to them, do this and do this, because they haven't been in their shoes. They haven't struggled like them, you know. And my heart goes out to all of them, you know, that's out there on the streets and all this lot. And I thought my book might help people like that in Red Rose and recovery.
Do you know what, Willie, right? And I'm totally on your side with this. Your book is an inspiration to people. I've heard snippets of it. I've still not got a copy yet, Willie. I've not seen a copy land in the office yet. As soon as it comes in, I'll and in fact, I just want to put it out there, right? You know that my mum loves you, and she's actually on here now, right? So send 2 copies into the office, and I'll grab a tenner off her as well. But just what you were saying a minute ago, Willie, yeah, about people being in the cells and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Liaisons and diversion takeover next week is going to be massive, because this is where these guys are coming into their own. They are infiltrating the police stations. I mean, the guys they've got infiltrating police stations, yeah, used to be on the other side of the cells. What is that about? Yeah, you know, and now they're actually working with the police, and it is amazing, you know. And I think recovery is really starting to pick its speed up, and there's a lot more people getting behind it. And you know, yes, you're right, Willie, there's so much more to do where the mental health aspect is concerned within recovery, and let's put it bluntly, concerned in bloody life as well, because it's not people in recovery that suffer with mental health issues. Everybody suffers with this. Everybody. And this platform isn't just for recovering addicts. This platform is for everybody, and that's why we are so passionate about clicking the like and share button, guys.
Everybody, yeah. I mean, when LUF picked me up, I got took from a hospital to the LUF meeting where Pete were doing it, and basically I went there and that lot, and I sat there. You know, I'd come in, I'd sit there, and then people were getting up, and I thought, this is like me. This is my life. You know, these are the same. These people are exactly the same. And when I started getting up and that lot, you know, I got proper. You know, they love me with my stories and everything, but I try and, you know, I stick to the truth, mate. You know.
Yeah, and you know what, Willie? What you get to say every time you come on here is valuable, and our listeners absolutely love you. So just on that, I would like you, because I can't believe how quick we've got through this section tonight, and we've hardly even touched on the content. Do you know what I mean? So quickly, Willie, if you could just throw us in a little words of wisdom, right? And then I think we're gonna kick it off with an actual life story, if we've got time.
Right.
Are we all
Sorry
right?
about that.
It looks like we're going to. Yes, Willie.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Since life doesn't come with an instruction book, we remain learners all throughout our lives. Do not let the behaviour of others destroy your inner peace. Even the worst days have an ending, and the best days have a beginning.
Thanks, Willie. Brilliant, that.
Yeah.
Just on what you said, after the guys have done a song, just before we get into the real talks, because we always save the best bit till last. I'll share some of the data because it's around dual diagnosis, and that's what people have said, you know, their experiences, they get battered from substance misuse to mental health. So I'll share some of the data and why we collect that data. But are you guys gonna, are you ready?
Sorry to butt in there, but since we mentioned it, we've had a massive amount of people filling in that form. So guys, don't forget to click on that link and fill that form in. I'm sorry to butt in, but we've had a lot of people fill in just from tonight, from us mentioning it. So get on that link, guys, fill it in, and then we can get more data in and we'll be able to get services out there to people that need it. Thank you.
Brilliant. Over to you guys.
Can you hear us at the back?
Yeah.
It's right. All right. Listen, it's been great listening to everyone. I love the film as well, then, Pete. You hear me? We have to add again, we are South Lancashire's LUF representatives, and we always will be, you know that. So this is for everyone and I'm looking forward to listening to the stories. This song's called Dear Bobby H. Nasty, and it's me saying, it's both of us saying goodbye to our drug of choice. Now, it might not be your drug of choice, but you'll be able to identify with some of the feelings and emotions around it as well. Yeah. Dear Bobby H. Nasty, I felt I must write. You see, I got all these plans for the future, and the forecast bright, and I see success on the horizon as my life starts anew. So I'm dropping all of my burdens, and yeah, Bobby, that includes you. Oh yes, I can envisage a life that's full of hope, where I control all my emotions and they're not all up in smoke. Say goodbye, goodbye, the feeling's gone, and I know why. Goodbye, goodbye, 'cause now I know why. I feel alive, I feel alive. Well, I gave you my 20s and most of my teens, where you corrupted all my actions and you nightmared my dreams. You left me downtrodden, slave in your hell, where you used and abused me, Bobby, I was under your spell. Say goodbye, goodbye, the feeling's gone, and I know why. Goodbye, goodbye, and now I know why I feel alive. Bye, goodbye, the feeling's gone, and I know why. Goodbye, goodbye, 'cause now I know why. I feel alive, I feel alive. Well, your spell's been broken now, your tide's been turned. Oh yeah, your reign's now over, Bobby, as the lessons learned. So adios, PH Nasty, a vamoose and cheerio. I said scout, see you later, but remember, this isn't a war, it's goodbye. Say goodbye, goodbye, the feeling's gone, and I know why. Goodbye, goodbye, and now I know why I feel alive. Bye, goodbye, the feeling's gone, and I know why. Goodbye, goodbye, 'cause now I know why. I feel alive, and I feel alive, and I feel alive. Woo! Thank you.
Go on, lads. Well done.
Nice one. Do you know, it's like the memories I've got of you guys lighting the fire up round the camp, you know, and just the vibe and the energy. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Anytime we've ever asked, you've always been like so accommodating. Thank you. Thanks, guys. We love you.
Thank you. Thanks for asking, man. We love you too. Thank you.
Okay. Peter, where are we up to in the agenda?
So, Pete, I reckon we're going to have to, because we've run way over tonight. It's been that much of a packed show. And, you know, Dom, you've been great. I reckon we should get Rianne in next, guys. Rianne is fantastic. She's going to share her experience, strength and hope with us in a minute. She's very nervous, but she's got no need to be because she's an amazing speaker. Rianne, could you just bring yourself in and like, just let's do this. I am so pepped. I can't wait to hear your life story, guys.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I've just come back out of a relapse and I want to talk about the fact of me not knowing that who I really was, thinking that I cracked it with 8 months. When I was younger, my mum died when I was 4, and I got brought up with my dad being an alcoholic and my 2 brothers, there was abuse, sexual abuse and physical abuse. So I never knew who I was. My role models were addicts. So I thought that's where I'd find my belonging. You know, I never liked myself. I started using substances at the age of 10. You know, I thought that this is where I belong, is with people that were addicts. You know, I was a very chaotic person. You know, I was self-harming at the age of 11, 12, because I didn't know how to handle my own feelings and emotions. And you know, and I didn't speak out. I didn't talk about how I felt because as a child, I always got put in front of a TV. My dad would just put me in front of a TV and there'd be all this chaos in the background. So I wasn't learned how to speak about how I'm really feeling. I found my choice of drug when I was 13, which was heroin. You know, I did my first rattle when I was 15, but I was too far gone then. You know, my sisters came back into my life. They tried to help me, but I just pushed everyone away. You know, and it took me into depths where, you know, I lost my child. I had my child till he was 9 and I lost him, you know, and I thought he was my love and belonging. You know, I thought being a mum is what I needed to be, but I couldn't put that drug down because I didn't really know who I was. You know, I got with a partner. I was with him for 17 years and I was in a very codependent domestic violence between the both of us for 17 years. And so I've not really touched on who I am. I've not long found recovery. And, you know, me thinking I cracked it last year with just 8 months of recovery in me, thinking I could go back to Wales and save my son because he's smoking weed and getting into gangs. And I was only just learning what these words were, these new words like boundaries and people pleasing and resentments. But this relapse now has learned me a hell of a lot. It's learned that I can actually have a voice, and if something doesn't feel comfortable with me, I can speak out, not be judged for that, you know. But connection as well. Last year I stopped connecting. When I started moving to Wales, I stopped connecting with myself, with the people around me, and the people in recovery. You know, because I just thought my drive was go back to Wales and rescue my son and be a mum, when in fact that didn't work when he was born. You know, and I was selfish. I was selfish thinking that I could do that. So, you know, it all went really wrong really quickly in Wales. I thought I could have a drink in November. I thought I could just have one drink, I'd be fine. But within 2 weeks, I was taking heroin again. So I was back down where my self-worth was on the floor. You know, I'd tried to commit suicide around Christmas. You know, I thought I'd wasted 8 months and that time in recovery. I thought I'd wasted it all. You know, I had guilt, shame, regret all on top. You know, I'd lost my son all over again. I thought I'd lost everything. And my sister, she reached out to some of the girls in recovery around Lancashire, well, Preston. and they give her the number for recovery homes for me to come back here, and I owe her my life, and I owe the girls that were phoning her, asking if I was all right all the time, the ones that I was disconnecting with, you know, because I was ashamed. I owe them, because they've stuck by me, and they're still sticking by me now. And coming back into recovery, I've started volunteering now, where there could be job opportunities with active seconds, which is Active Lancashire. It's a charity shop, but it's also community based hub. And Jacob John, he runs it. He's a good boss. You know, I can really see a future, and I'm doing groups. I'm doing my well-being group. I will touch on that. That is so important, to do that well-being group with Red Rose. Really important, because I check every single one of them to see if I've done that this week. Every week I always check on that, because your well-being is so important, and I connect honestly with myself now. You know, I wasn't doing that last year. I was masking. I wasn't talking about how I really felt, because I felt I had to be strong. But no, it's okay not to be all right. And I've learned that this time. And I've got good people around me. You know, I'm making new connections as well. And, you know, things are going really good, and it's gone really quickly. I've only been back for 2 months, and I've already, you know, I'm already flying like we're in the right direction. But I've got a lot of making up to do with my family, but that'll go in time. I've got to earn their trust back, and my son's trust back, you know. But I'm a baby. Well, my baby's fine. He's with his grandma, and I've started doing contact with him now. You know, I've still got a lot of trauma I've got to deal with, but I'm willing to do that now, and to be honest. And when I'm struggling, and well, that's all. I'll leave it there, because it's another life story, so I don't want to go on for too much. But
you talked about disconnecting, and well, you talked about resentments.
Yeah.
Some people watching might not know what resentments are, or how deadly they can be. And I think the other thing that's worth mentioning is that the girls never left you. You know, even though you was ashamed and embarrassed, and you disconnected from them, they still had you on the radar, and was supporting your family. And how important is that?
That is so important. And you don't realise what's happening in the background. You don't realise until, you know, so you're told when you're a bit sober and a bit more with it. And the gratitude that I have from that is massive. You know, it shows that I do belong. I belong here in recovery with them good people that have stuck with me for the last year, you know, with all my chaos happening when I relapsed. And with the resentments, it's underlying issues that I wasn't facing, I wasn't talking about, you know. My people pleasing, I always have a fear of not being liked, and that's why I don't challenge anything. But I'm challenging things now, because I need to get my self-worth. So it's really important to get them resentments sorted, you know, and talked about, and to let go, because it's important.
Well, I think you're incredibly brave to want to come on here and talk about issues that most people want to push down and forget. But I think, you know, it's really brave of you to say, no, what I come on and what I talk about them, because these things kill us. And if we can't stand in front of it and say, I'm not going to be ashamed, I'm not going to be made to feel guilty. And, you know, if you want to use that to say, I'm not ready to move forward, then I'll still move forward anyway without you. I think you're incredibly brave.
Thank you very much, and thank you for letting me come on and talk. You know, it's been an absolute amazing time here. It's been brilliant.
I think it also highlights, doesn't it, that we can't do it on our own, can we?
Yeah, no, we can't. We need connection, and we need connection with the right people and the right. Because I was finding that I was connecting again with the people that we're using, you know, and it was my choice to connect with them, but you need to connect with people in recovery, and you need to and connect with yourself mainly, and check in with yourself. Am I all right today? I even write a journal now. I've started writing a journal at night, and just to see if I've had a good day and I've connected with myself. So it's really important.
Well,
I wanna
make
jump in
sure.
here, Peter, I'm really sorry.
Go
on. We've got massive amount of love for you, Rianne, coming through on the comments here. Rianne, you'll smash it. Well done, Rianne. Amazing honesty. Love it. Thank you, Rianne. Brilliant message. Craig Worsley, I needed to hear this. Thank you. Leanne Edwards, amen. Go on, girl. Emily, we had your back, Rianne. Craig Worsley, you're an inspiration to others. We've always been here for you, Rianne. We're all good people. It's just amazing. Also, guys, I do want to just touch on something Rianne was talking about there. And she did mention a lot about the 5 ways to well-being. And it has been talked about a few times tonight. Connection, be active, take notice, learn and give. Get onto the groups that Red Rose Recovery do, and we will teach you all about these things, and your life will be better. Back to Pete.
Tell you what, you know, the way we're bouncing off each other tonight, Pete, you know, we're teaching the BBC and Channel 4 how to do things, aren't we? We're just natural at it, man. Rianne, thank you. Thank you. Okay, and we are making up for some time now, aren't we? Before we get to Hayley, do you mind if I just dead quickly go through this data? Because for the last quarter, we've been asking people to fill out this survey, and it's, you know, it's like, it's not fair if we don't at least feedback. So it won't be massive. If you want it in more detail, text, phone, you know, just drop an email. But I just want to very quickly share this. I promise you it won't be too dry. So as you can see, we've had 82 responses for this dual diagnosis survey. Yeah, and it takes 3 minutes and 22. Yeah, go for it, Pete. We take 3 minutes and 23 seconds to complete. So we've still got a week of this quarter left before I have to do something with this data. Please, please, please fill in the link, because we want at least 100 responses, not 82. So what you can see is 44 people out of those 82 fall within the age gap 30 to 49. And, you know, the second biggest group, then 28 people are 50 plus. Gender, nearly a 50-50 split. Men, we're beating the women as usual. 46 men have filled it in and only 36 women. So girls, you've got some work to do to catch up with the boys. 77 of that 82 are from Lancashire and 5 are from outside of Lancashire. This quarter, we've not had anyone wanting to fill it in from other parts of the world, but if you would like to, you're welcome. And again, a big shout out to Scott Maskell. He pulls this together for us. Are you living in supported accommodation? 9 people have said they are. So let's have a look which supported accommodation, because you can almost draw an inference if the supported accommodations aren't mentioned. We could probably say, well, are you linking your guys into this stuff? So let's have a look at that. And that's how many people are linked in. So 9 are. So we've gone, okay, if you are living in supported accommodation, which one is it? Let's have a look at which ones. So sanctuary living, CC housing, recovery homes, Preston, recovery homes, community interventions, Phoenix Futures and recovery homes. Massive respect to all you guys, because what we know is that you're connecting your residents in with this mutual aid platform. So massive respect to you guys. If you're a supported housing provider that hasn't been named, you've probably got some work to do. Do you know what dual diagnosis is? And 49 people have said yeah, and 19 have said no. 14 have gone, I've got a vague idea. If you have mental health problems and problematic substance misuse, you may be given what is known as a dual diagnosis. When both problems are diagnosed, have you ever been diagnosed with a dual diagnosis? So yeah, 12 people have had that diagnosis. No, but I would say that I am, said 31, and no, 39. So we can go into like more detail of that, you know, and find that out. So if you want that detail, I'm happy to share it with you. It's all anonymous. Are you or have you been involved with any addiction services? 68 people have said yeah, 14 have said no. Have you ever struggled with mental health? So out of 82 people, 73 have said yeah, we've struggled with mental health. If you, or are you, or have you been involved with any services for addiction? Were you signposted to mental health? Yeah, 41. No, but I'd like to be, said 7. No, 24. And I'm not involved with any services at all, 10 people. So have you ever accessed mental health services? 54 people have. They said, yeah, we have. 28 said no. Would you know how to access it? 64 said yeah. 18 people said no, I'd still need support. And here's the last two questions. If you've been involved with mental health services, could you tell us a bit about your experience? Was it good or bad? Did you receive the help you needed? If you also suffered with addiction, was it handled? This is the bit where I want to get into it. So, anonymous person has said, I struggled finding the right treatment for my complex mental health. And I found that mental health teams kind of push you aside because you have addiction issues. They say the addiction needs treating before mental health can be effective. I've found this is a ridiculous approach because it was my complex mental health that led to substance misuse to start with. And my mental health is a massive factor in my addiction. I don't think my addiction can be treated properly until I'm given proper mental health support to work on the issues that led to my addiction. Now, I don't know anybody who disagrees with that. And what we are recognizing is that people are being processed through the criminal justice system who need support in the healthcare system. So, you know, it's no surprise. Even the police are saying we're getting called out to issues that, you know, they're not crimes, they're social issues. We're not social police. I know I'm getting on one. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, guys, thank you so much for feeding that data into us. What we're going to do with that is make sure the clinical commissioning groups, all the senior commissioners who design systems, they get that information, they get that data. And then, Peter, you're waving your arms about.
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone that's watching to fill that blooming form in, guys. Then we can get more data, like Pete's on about, get more data to be able to, you know, to be able to put over to the commissioners, to be able to try to get more funding and whatever it is that we're trying to get. Peter will be the man that tells you about that. But please, there's been so many guys fill it in tonight. We've got figures that were given to us last week, and I know what I've seen pop up on my screen tonight. We've got so many more figures to be able to pump into that. So guys, keep doing it and keep liking and sharing.
We're up to 85. At the beginning of the week, we were around about 30. So thank you. Thanks, guys, for putting a push on it. But I'm just directly speaking to the women of Lancashire. You need to catch up with the men because we're smashing it. You know, when I present that figure there, I'd like to be able to say at least the women are as good at filling forms in than the men, because the men are way ahead of you this week, ladies. Just saying. Okay, let's get on with the show. We've got Hayley up next, haven't we? Hayley, are you there? Hiya, Hayley. You weren't just filling in that data form then, was you?
Yeah, I was. No, not just yet.
Ah,
I'm not going to
do you know?
but I am. Of course she was, Pete. That's when.
I know, yeah.
Bye.
Anonymously, of course. So, we tried to have this conversation, didn't we? It must have been about 8 months ago. And, you know, our guys go down to what's called the Purple Rooms. It's tell us what the Purple Rooms are, Hayley.
So it's a hotel where all of the homeless people go to. I think it was due to COVID why we got put up there. But it's not a very nice place to be.
Because, you know, most of the people.
Yeah, because of the situation. So I mean, being on the streets isn't nice, and I was lucky enough to be able to have a bed there, which I was very grateful for, and obviously meeting you guys. But personally, I didn't feel safe there at all.
And you found yourself there because you was homeless. Is that right?
Yeah, due to addiction and my own problems that I'd caused, like my own doing. Basically, I'd been arrested and kicked out of my grandma's house, and then ended up on the streets, and yeah, got signposted to Purple Rooms, and then come to you guys.
How old are you? If you don't, I know I shouldn't really ask that, but
no, it's all right. I'm 24. I had my first sober birthday last year. Woo!
Oh wow! Whoop, whoop, whoop. So how amazing is that? But I think as well, you know, had we not, because we don't have to be around the Purple Rooms. We're there because we recognise that's where the need is. That's where our people are. And I think what saddened me was that you didn't even know a recovery community existed until you came into contact with the guys, did you?
I had no idea that this opportunity was available for anybody who wanted it. I had absolutely no idea, which is such a shame, because you guys, if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't have stood a chance. So I just want to thank you, like, from the bottom of my heart, for everything that you guys do and do for other people as well. So yeah.
So what I hear you say appreciate that, but what was it we did then that helped you?
So I was in Purple Rooms for 4 days, and on the 4th day, some guys from Red Rose Recovery had come, and we went on live like this, and within 2 days after that, Red Rose Recovery had signposted me to an abstinence supported housing facility the day after I'd moved out, and my life begun.
Wow. And so how, I mean, that sounds like we just went, it's over there you need to be, which is not really difficult, but you've done all the work with supported housing wrapped around you. So what else have you done? Because this is what about 8 months. You just had your first sober birthday. Is it a year? What have you done in that time?
8 months, yeah, so 8 months. Next week I'm due to finish Prince's Trust, which is a really good course in employment, communication and teamwork skills. I'm due to start the leadership course with Red Rose Recovery this week coming up, and my plan is to go to college in September to study either psychology or biological science. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, brilliant. Well, the leadership, I just have to say that leadership course we designed that because we wanted to build more leaders. We want more people coming through the system and shaping the system. And our commitment is that once you get through that leadership program, you can go onto the employment bank. You know, we'll get you DBS, risk assessed, information governance, safeguarding, all the behind the scenes stuff will happen alongside the other opportunities. And then, you know, employment, you know, we recognise employment opportunities are a big part of, it's all right, but they're a big part, aren't they? You know, getting a job and having a purpose in life. What we want to do through the leadership program is make sure that those opportunities don't just exist at entry level, that, you know, you've got opportunity to progress onto team leader or senior management, you know, and national influencing opportunities. So yeah, get stuck into that leadership. And shout out Shelley, we've just created a new post for Shelley, who's the lead for the leadership project.
I'll come in here if that's all right, Pete.
Go, yeah, go.
Yeah, hey, Hayley, you know, absolutely amazing. I've been down to Purple Rooms myself for the last couple of weeks, doing one of the other things that Red Rose Recovery does, and that's picking up food, dropping it off down there for the guys. You're an absolute inspiration. You've come so far, but don't forget one important thing, yeah? You've done that. You've had help from Red Rose Recovery. We've just been there for you to wrap ourselves around you. But ultimately, the person that's got you to the place where you are now is yourself. Yeah? And make sure you keep hold of that and be proud of that, because, you know, we will be there for you forever. You know, we'll always wrap ourselves around you and we'll always enhance you and encourage you to do more. But the only person that will get you to do more is you. And, you know, you've done an amazing job. And we're proud of you, and everyone's proud of you. And the comments you've got coming back are amazing. Girl power, Hayley. Boom. Yes, Hayley. Well done, Hayley. Get in, Hayley. Loads of love. Loads of fingers up. Excuse me. Loads of thumbs up. You know, you're on the start of a journey. You know, guys, we need to capture this girl. We need to take her into the Red Rose family. We need to enhance her skills and move her forward, because she's an amazing inspiration.
Where do you want to be, Hayley? What is it you want to do with yourself?
See, I'm a little bit in two minds about that at the moment, because I'm battling mental health myself. I want to do something that obviously helps people and spreads the word of sobriety, really, and the support out there that you can get, because it feels like you guys, along with New Beginnings, have handed me this toolbox of life. Do you know what I mean? And they've said, this is how you do it. With addiction issues and mental health problems, it's just amazing. It's like, I'm getting emotional, because I think it's gratitude. It's weird.
Oh.
It's amazing.
It's a beautiful
and it is
thing.
Gratitude. You know, it's being thankful and taking stock of the things that are around us and the people that have helped us. And for me, Hayley, you know, not to take away from you, but for me, it's about giving it back to them as well now. It's about actually, you know, you want to go on to uni to do psychology, biomedical science, I think is what you said. You know, and what better place to be able to get a little bit of work experience within, you know, recovery, work experience within volunteering, add to your CV. You know, it's massive, you know, and these guys will back you, all us guys, we guys, any guys will back you all the way. Absolutely. You know, I can't wait to see you about more. It's going to be great.
I think.
Did you pick my message up? I want you to come and do a live story for me.
Oh yeah, of course. I replied to the other Peter, but yeah, of course I'll come. Yeah, that's fine.
Fantastic. That's great. Thank you. Back to you, Peter Yarwood.
I think from a systems viewpoint, what we need to get better at is working together with other organisations, because, I mean, we could probably help you in some areas, but you're you know, and this is for everyone, we're really complex characters with diverse skill sets, and no one organisation has the key to unlock, you know, all the potential that lies within each individual. But if we stand shoulder to shoulder with other organisations and we get better at doing that, then I think the people who we support will have better opportunities. It's just sometimes the system pits us against each other in terms of competing for limited resources, and it doesn't quite build into it collaboration. But you know, the more we can influence that, the more we can start saying, this is what we need to do, this is how we need to do it. And I think, you know, our youth are our future. So long may you shine on bright, Hayley. I'm going to open it up to everyone, including the community, because the next topic me and Peter was discussing, we're both really passionate about, you know, being visible and what's the future going to bring, technology. And we got talking about a podcast as like an area of extreme growth potential. And, you know, should we get in on that right at the beginning and become early adopters of a podcast? Because what we've got here is great, but we could potentially have another stream that could generate income. It could influence the way people think, the way systems are designed. But we need, you know, I honestly, I've got so many plates spinning. I just haven't got the time to put a great deal of energy, but I can help somebody else do that, you know, and I support them to do it. And you said, I'll have a bit of that, didn't you, Pete?
I did, yeah. You know, and a couple of things that I want to just touch on what Pete said over the course of the afternoon while we've been going live. You know, one, lived experience, yeah. For someone to put out their lived experience for other people to hear, to be able to find some connection with, to find some similarity with, to see how they've moved through that part of their life and be able to move on to do the things that they're doing now is massive. And also shoulder to shoulder, Pete mentioned this before, it's about services standing shoulder to shoulder, not competing with each other anymore, not saying that we want to do this for you and that they want to do that for you and you should come to us. It's about the whole industry coming together to be able to offer services to people who need services.
Collective strength beats singular identity any day of the week.
Absolutely, you know, and just recognizing that, just recognizing being able to speak to people and get identification. You know, I'm just looking at some notes that I've put down here from today. Just so you know, there was 600 million video vlogs put out on the internet last year and 1.4 million podcasts. So that shows you the dynamic difference between the two. Yeah. Now,
just say that again. I missed that.
There was 600 million video vlogs put out on the internet last year.
Yeah.
1.4 million podcasts.
So what I'm hearing is the potential for growth is huge.
Is massive.
Well, in that,
go on, sorry.
Because what we've got is, I don't know, I think we've got about 4 jobs on our website that we haven't yet filled. And I just always think, oh, we're not telling the people the job opportunities are there. Come and work in the police stations. Come and use your lived experience to like help other people. So a podcast might be one way we could say, guys, we've got some jobs for you here. Come and get involved.
Absolutely. And also what I wanted to do is, you know, I've had this idea now for probably around 12 months around doing a podcast. It started off from listening to several podcasts that I've listened to, and I just thought there's a massive niche here. There's a massive like thing that people are missing. And when I spoke to Pete the other day, you know, he was talking around like addiction as an actual, you know, heading. Let's talk about addiction. But when people think about addiction, people think Well, it's people that do drugs. It's people that drink too much. Well, actually, let's debunk that theory that people have. Let's go back in time and look how addiction actually come about. Look where it came from. Look around shopping, look around sex, look around pornography, look around eating too much. It's not just about people that use drugs and drink too much. You know, there's many, many different addictions, and it covers all kinds of different areas, whether it be mental health, whether it be depression, whether it be drugs and alcohol, you know, and all these areas need to be talked about. So the brainchild behind the podcast would be, it would be available for people 24/7. Yeah, it would be where people can contact. I'm a massive advocate, by the way, for mutual aid services, fellowships, and I do follow a couple of them quite avidly, you know, so to bring people in from fellowships, but not to advocate and advertise that fellowship, for them to talk around experiences, life experiences, lived experiences that people can connect with, and we can put that out there for people to listen to in their time of need, when they are struggling through the night, through the day, whenever. They can just link onto a podcast. It's free as well. They can just go on and click on it and listen to it and get a message of hope and inspiration, rather than having to pick the phone up and use or ring somebody, or to do something that would be detrimental for them, for their recovery and moving forward. So yeah, you know, I'm really passionate about doing this podcast, you know, and I've started this last week to just put a few avenues, you know, of talking to a few people. And I think, you know, going forward, we're gonna see some positive information coming back around this. But what I do want to do is challenge you guys, the public. We need a name for this. We need something that's dynamic and capturing, something that people will relate to. So I'm going to leave that, guy. I'm going to leave that to you guys. And if you could throw some comments up there, we'd much appreciate that.
A name for the podcast.
Yeah, name for the podcast, guys. Let's try to, you know, let's try to just make this happen, because I think another string to the recovery bow is massive. You know, yeah, I'll leave it with that. I'll leave you with that, Pete.
What do you reckon, Willie? What do you reckon, Willie?
That bloody mute button. I reckon it's good what he's saying. Yeah, brilliant idea.
We need a name for a podcast.
I know.
Broken biscuits. Go on, Emily.
What did you just say, Willie? That bloody mute button. We could call it something like that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
I just like the idea of flipping the lived experience, you know, the perception that addicts have got a vulnerable identity, you know, flipping that perception to actually you want them in your community because they've got so much to offer and so much to give. I think doing a podcast as well is something different, because you have only got your ears as the senses when you watch something, you know, because communication is like 90 or 80% of it is visual, isn't it? But when you only hear through your ears, you have to concentrate more.
The thing is with the podcast, Pete, yeah, is you can access it at any time, as we said a minute ago. You know, if you're working, if you're on a run, if you're shopping, if you're in your car and you've got it on your phone, you know, and it's a legal stream as well. You're not having to listen to a video stream or watch a vlog. You know, there's so much more that can be done. And with the podcast, there's so many episodes that we could bring into this, you know, and again, this is something that we can open up to the public. Do you know what I mean? And we can ask them to give us some topics for us to talk about. And it's not just for me to talk about it, or Pete to talk about it, or Dom and David. And by the way, you guys need to be on Gogglebox. You boys are amazing. You're fantastic. But we need, you know, it's a place. It's another setting for us to bring in professionals to talk about rehabilitation, to talk about the medical side of things, the holistic side of things. You know, there's so many avenues we can go down with this. It's massive, I think, and I just think we need to kick it off and get it going. So
Yeah.
Drop.
One of the things that it's just for information purposes. One of the things that I'm really keen to do is get some of, I mean, it'd be great if we could get podcasts into prisons, but I want to get this platform on DVD into the drug and alcohol recovery teams in prisons. So when, you know, people come through their services, they can say, here's a DVD out of the library, go and watch some of, you know, people who've had similar experiences to yourself, how they've mobilized and organized. Go and watch it. I think a podcast is great. Well, that's awesome. Thank you everyone for tonight. We've still got the puzzle productions to go at. Is there anything we've missed or
yeah,
anything?
can we just like remember that it's our 53rd show tonight. It's been a year of online Zooming, platforming, reaching out to people. It's massive.
Oh, we should be having a disco, shouldn't we?
As Pete said before,
yeah,
I need to just reiterate this. Yeah, when we go live on a Saturday night and we do this for the people, for our people, our recovery community, right? It might not reach 1,000 people all in one sitting, but what it does do is it gets shared and it gets liked, and then people can access that on the internet at any time. And what we're finding is that people are accessing this on the internet and they are watching what we have to say. So as we said earlier, we have a voice. This is a safe platform for us to be able to express this voice. And thank you to the Lancashire User Forum for allowing us to do this. God bless you and happy birthday.
Yeah. Good one, Pete.
Okay, I'm going to now share the puzzle productions. So unless you've got anything else you want to say or I've missed anything, I will catch you on the next show that I'll be running will be in about 4 weeks. I want to do an imagination observatory, and I'll tell you why I want to do an imagination observatory, because I think people tend to come through services and adopt the ideology of that service, and that service operates in an economic system that drives performance by competing. But in the community, we don't want to have competition. We want to have collaboration. So it's no surprise to me why a lot of people spin round services, because they're continually reacting to crisis, and they haven't yet had a space to think about what a world looks like when I'm not reacting to a crisis situation. So the Imagination Observatory is about saying, you know, instead of just thinking what a world looks like when you get your kids out of care, let's have a think about what university they're going to be going to. Let's really stretch our thinking so we can start to pull it into our world. And we'll be partnering with the Prison Reform Trust and the Centre for Knowledge Equity, as well as CLAW. So, you know, we're not doing it on our own saying we've got all the answers. We're doing it in partnership with other people, other organisations. So 4 weeks from today, remind me tomorrow or on Monday, Peter, because I'll forget. They'll say, right, what's your show going to be? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know.
Imagination.
I know.
Was it imagination?
But I'm putting it out there now. My next LUF Lounge will be an imagination observatory. So here we go. I think Puzzle Productions is brilliant. I love the way we've adapted to COVID, and we've said we're going to be connected, but we're going to be creative as well. So have a taste of what Puzzle Productions have pulled together this week. And aren't I brilliant that I can just multitask and do these types of things, man? So there you go. Puzzle Productions.
Okay. So I can go home. Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, I'll ring my missus, get her to come and pick me up. Yeah, thanks ever so much. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'll just get my stuff together and get gone. Thanks, Doctor. Take care. Sheila phones Claire to tell her about the leaflet she got off the doctor.
Hiya, Claire. Hiya, hon. Listen, when I was in the hospital, the doctors came in and then they brought some fella out to me. He works for a substance and alcohol team thing, and he's given me a load of leaflets. They're all about how Terry can get some help from this place called Inspire, and they can get him into a rehab if he needs it, and they'll give him medication and they do the health checks and everything. Then there's another one that says it's for families like Emerging Futures. So yeah, Emerging Futures, and they help the families of anybody that's got an addiction and advise them and tell them where to go and all stuff like that. And then there's another one that's local, that's called Red Rose Recovery, and they do all sorts. They help them through the recovery. They've got family groups, they've got stuff on Zoom, they've got all things that you can go to, you know, like to do exercises, and got counsellors and everything. So I've got all the leaflets, and I thought that if we get together we can look through and then we can make a plan and then ask Terry, does he want to try start stepping towards his recovery? Maybe if we just give him the push in the right direction. Yeah, because arguing with him and fighting with him is not going to get him nowhere, so maybe just try a different tack with him. Yeah. Have you heard from the owner yet? You found out where she is? Because it's getting on a bit now, isn't it? Okay. Right, well, I've got these leaflets. So just give us a bell when you find anything else, and I'll pop round and we'll have a sit down and have a talk through them. Okay, hon. Phone me when you find out where she is. Yeah. Ta-ra!
Yeah, hi Sheila. Oh yeah. Inspire. All right, yeah. Emerging Futures, did you say? Well, that sounds good, yeah. Well, yeah, I think the family all we need to be together on this, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. Red Rose Recovery. That sounds... Oh, wow, yeah. I don't know about the exercise bit, like. Oh, yeah, he needs a push. Push off a bloody cliff. No, that sounds great, yeah. No, I know, yeah. Got to make it seem like it's his idea, really, and plant the seed. No, I haven't, no. I've rung Fiona, I was sure she'd be at Fiona's. No, they actually hadn't seen her. Yeah. I'm worried, but I'm not worried, if you know what I mean. She's a sensible girl. Yeah. I'll leave it another hour or two, maybe, and then I am starting to worry a little bit, you know what I mean? If I don't hear from her. She'll be sulking somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, I'll give you a ring, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, I might pop round, actually, Barbara, rather than you come round here. Sheila, sorry. Yeah, I might... Yeah, I'll pop round for a brew and have a look at these leaflets. Yeah. All right, love. Okay, yeah, I will do, yeah. Okay, bye.
Hello. Hi, Claire. Yeah, I'm just on my way from home from the hospital now. Yeah. Yeah, I won't be long. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Bye. Oh my God. I can't go home yet. I need to get a drink. My head's telling me not to, but my body's telling me that I'm going to have to. I don't know what to do. I'm getting a drink.
Hello? Hi, I'd like to report my boyfriend for a stabbing. Yeah, it was the other day. The victim's Terry Tibbs. I can't stay on the phone for long because he's coming to see me. Yeah, it's Neil McDonald. It was the other day when he told me he was boasting about how he's going to have some more money now. Yeah, I'm just worried about if he can do this now, like what else can he do, like what's he capable of. Yeah. Alright, thank you.
Oh, what do you want? Oh, attempted murder. Oh, you're having a laugh. This is harassment, this. I've had enough of yous. Well, I haven't left. I've been with her all the time. Did you let these in, babe? I've been with her all the time. Attempted. Well, go on then. Come on, let's go.
Neil MacDonald, I'm arresting you on suspicion of attempted murder. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence or right to remain silent. Cuffing boys.
Right, so you know why you're here, don't you? You've been interviewed for the attempted murder of Terry Tibbs. And obviously you're not Terry. And you can tell me how you were involved with Terry. I've got evidence as well. A female who knows about the plot to murder Terry. I have the conversation that's been recorded. This is a really serious offence. I mean, I know that you're linked to Terry. I know why you're linked to Terry. I know that drugs are playing a massive part in this. I'm just wondering what the motive was. You know, why did you stab him? Get him stabbed? Whoever you've had dealing with this. I need to know the motive behind this. Because, I mean, you're looking at a long stretch. You know that, I know that, you're looking at a long stretch. So you need to start becoming clean about what's going on. You know, and this revenge. Why did you seek revenge? Why was it over this parcel that was found with Terry in the car? You need to start talking. Because you're looking at a long stretch.
No. Right, listen, I want me brief. I know me lot. Go on then. What have you got to say? Terry Tibbs? No. He's a little rat off the estate. He's no mate of mine. No. No. Listen, you've got no evidence on me whatsoever. I've been with my girlfriend since I moved in with her 4 months ago and I haven't left her side, so she'll verify that for me. Yeah. What do you mean, girl evidence? What are you on about? What do you mean? No, listen, I've had enough of you. No comments. Where's my brief? I want my brief. No comments. You've got no evidence on me. You can only keep me 24 hours. I know my rights. You've got no evidence. You won't get no evidence because I haven't done nothing wrong. Now get me out of here. That's all I'm saying to my briefs here.
You're back. Oh, you're joking me. You must be joking. I can smell it, Terry. I can smell it. Look at the bloody... Don't take me for a fool. I can smell you. You're bloody disgusting. Terry, you're an absolute disgrace. You've been nearly killed. You've been in hospital. Your daughter's God knows where. Your mother's just about had a bloody heart attack worrying about you. Everybody's worried about you. And you go and have another drink. Are you taking the mick? Bloody what's his name's been arrested? Niggsy, whoever his name is. What, for trying to kill you? So you're in... Don't be apologising to me. You're in court in a couple of days. Then what's going to happen? You'll be sentenced. You'll go down for this, Terry. You'll be going to prison. Then what's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to your mum? What's going to happen to your daughter? You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You're a bloody disgrace.
Claire? Claire? I haven't been drinking. No, I haven't. I'm alright. I haven't been drinking, Claire. I promise you I haven't been drinking. A little bit. I had a little one. I'm still alive. Leona? Why, what's happened to Leona? Mum? Niggsy? Has it been nicked? What for? Oh, Claire, I'm sorry. Oh, shit, court. Oh, yeah, court. Yeah, I'll be alright for court. I'll be alright for court. Well, I'm going to jail anyway, and so... One more excuse to have another. You gonna let me in or what?
Yeah, hi, Jill. Oh, thank God for that. Is she all right? Drunk? Like father, like daughter? No, nothing, sorry, no. Sorry for that. Yeah, what? Oh, would that be all right? Yeah, I could pick her up. Oh, that would be great. Oh, yeah, sorry to put that on you, Jill, yeah. No, oh, God. Oh, Terry's just in a... We've got all sorts of... It's relief, to be honest. It is relief. I was just contemplating ringing the police. So if she can stop there. No,
Hold on. Do you know what?
I don't want to go for too much deep.
I'm getting abuse now because apparently I'm playing repeats. And
Yes, Peter.
It's like this. Finally, somebody told me, Peter, you're playing the wrong episode, you sausage. I thought I had it going on tonight. I'm multitasking. I've got the pasta cooking. I've got the tea in. So when Emma comes in, I've like done it all. It's like, have a cup of tea and sit down, babe.
Stop trying to run the show, Pete. You can, give it back.
Right. Okay. My massive apologies. I know it's season 2. Let me just close this one down. That was episode 7. Puzzle Productions. Let me have a look. Open with. Oh man. Oh.
Can I just say as well, while finding this, I have got my other screen up looking for comments.
Yeah.
I've got the live stream, but I haven't got the live comments, so I apologise. But I do know there is a lot of love for the Lancashire User Forum, guys. And don't forget, if you're struggling, www.redroserecovery.org.uk. Click on the website, refer yourself, refer a friend. If you're struggling, just get in touch. You don't have to struggle alone. We'll wrap ourselves around you like we wrap ourselves around the other thousands and thousands of people that we do on a daily basis. You'll be welcome.
Tell you what, that was expert, the way you just put a smother on my my really poor inability to play the right episode. So well done, Pete. You're good. You know what? You're good. You put a real smother on it, but I think I've got the right. I think this is it. Just let's see. Here we go. We're on the right episode. Listen, guys, don't forget to put your clocks forward. So we've got a little bit of time to watch season 2, episode 3.
Hi, love, it's me again. I've just spoken to your mum and we're a bit concerned about you, you know, as you don't sound right to us. I was thinking maybe I should text Daz and sort of see if, you know, he feels you've been up to, you know, anything. We don't want anything to happen like it did a couple of years ago. And again, you know, if you're not taking your meds at time, that's going to be a big problem. No, calm down. I'll have a word with your mum first and then we'll see where we go from there. Just try and keep you safe, love. Okay, bye then. Yeah, I think you're right, love. She didn't sound right at all on the phone there. She was slurring. She's admitted she hasn't taken her meds. I'm thinking of texting Daz and just doing it now. You got any ideas?
She's what? Well, if she's not taking her meds and she's drinking, yeah, we're going to have to do something about it. We don't want her turning up at the school when she's had a drink. She'll be lucky if she can get out the house, never mind get to the school. Blinking heck, stupid bloody girl. Right, I'll phone the school and tell them I'm picking the kids up. Will you shoot round? No, I tell you what, we're going to have to phone Daz. We're going to have to phone Daz. Forget all that. You phone Daz, I'll go and get the kids from the school. Okay, hon?
Daz tries to get in contact with Sally.
Oh, come on, Sally. Where are you? I'm worried about you now. No answer again. Flipping heck. Why not? Try again. Hiya, Sally. It's Daz. You're not answering your phone, so I'm just leaving you a message. I'm just a bit worried about you. Dad's texted me saying I should get hold of you. Is everything okay? Bit worried, love. Your mum's gonna go and pick kids up, so I don't know what's going on, but
I'm going to come home early. I've not spoke to my boss yet, but I'm going to come home early and we can have a chat and see what's the matter. I love you, darling, you know. I don't know what's going on, but I love you. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that I love you. Okay. I'll speak to you soon, darling. Give me a call back when you get this message, because I'm really worried about you, babe. Alright. Bye-bye.
You all right, boss? You sure? Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just overheard a bit of that conversation. Yeah, things not good at home. Oh, that's fair enough. I'm here if you need me. For anything.
Yeah, so like Sam, it's just, I don't know what's going on. There's something going on at home and can't get hold of Sally. I'm a bit worried about her, to be fair. I had a dad on the phone text me saying that she's not too good and that her mum's gone to get the kids. So I think I'm going to have to go. Going to speak to boss and see if he's alright with me shooting. No, I appreciate that. I might take you up on that sometime. No problem. Thank you. Hiya, boss. I'm really sorry, but there's a problem at home. I'm going to have to go. I know I was late this morning. I know you're going to have to dock my wage. I don't know what's going on, boss. Sally, I can't get hold of her. Her dad's texted me. Mum's picking the kids up. Something going on, boss. I've got to go. Look, I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. What do you mean, me and Rebecca? No, boss. Don't be silly. I'm married. All right, I'll speak to you tomorrow about it, boss. Dock me if you have to. Bye.
Hey, Daz, come in. Take a seat. Is everything okay at home? I've noticed you and Samantha have been chatting quite a lot. Is there something going on?
Daz leaves work early to go and check on Sally because he's worried about her.
Sally, I'm really worried about you. Sally, bloody door's locked. My keys at work. Sally! It's Daz! Are you there? God's sake, I have to check her back. She's left the back door open. She always does. That. Sally! Sally! There you are. Sally, love, wake up. Sally, are you alright? I'm worried about you. Mum went to pick the kids up. What are you doing in bed at this time? I've just come home from work, so I couldn't get hold of you. Sally, what you being like that for? No, Sally, seriously.
What? What do you mean? What time is it? Huh? What's to do? What are you saying? Leave me alone. What do you mean? The kids at school. Why? Who's got to get them? Get away from me. Go. What? Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I swear to God. Daz, get out now.
Hello? Yeah, please. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm at number 43 South Road. Number 41, there's a massive argument next door. There's plates being thrown, screaming. I'm sure he's beating her up. There's a lass called Sally next door. She's lovely, but Dad's a fella. Oh, what a nasty man. Yeah, I'm positive he's beating her up. You're going to have to get round there now and go and sort it out. All right, cheers, thank you.
Security, come to the door, please.
Hey, love, quick, come here. That's him there. That's that scumbag that beats his missus up, that does. For the state of him. Yeah, scum, innit?
And there you have it. Oh, I don't think I let the credits run. But you can tune in next week for the next instalment. I think hard-hitting subjects, aren't they, Pete?
Yeah, you know, they really are. It takes a lot of us, you know, it takes a lot of energy out of us talking about these things and doing and reenacting some of the stuff that we're doing, you know, because it's quite close to what some of us have actually done, you know. So even though we are playing these characters, you know, a lot of it is really real and true to what we've actually experienced. I'm not a wife beater, just putting it out there. That is a character that I'm playing, so I don't want trolling or any bad vibes. Dash, you scumbag. I've got one there already on the comments.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Chris. I appreciate that. But, you know, we are only playing characters, and that's the same for everybody in there. You know, the guys that play these characters are absolute diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. So thank you all. Thank you, Willie, for sticking with us tonight. We love you. Haley has just appeared. Thank you all. Guys, I have to go and run and make sure my bread doesn't get burned in the oven. So, I'd love to hang out with you for you know, more time. We've been in this space 2.5 hours on Saturday night. It's good, isn't it? It's good what we've accomplished together. A year on and we're still in it.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
tune in next week for go on.
Yeah, just about to say the same, Pete. You know, tune in next week for the L&D takeover. Thanks very much, Pete Yarwood, for hosting tonight. Willie, Haley, Beth, all the comments that we've had off you guys. You've been amazing.
Twins.
I don't know who cooks bread in the oven nowadays, Pete, but
just on. Well, I've got skills, man. I've got skills. I've been like multitasking tonight. It's been on me.
It's been a great night. Thanks so much, guys. I've really enjoyed it.
I didn't make the bread. I just have to say I'm only heating it up. Just letting you know, like, because I don't want to sit with that now for the rest of the night. I've got to be honest. What's up, Willie?
I just wanted to ask Peter if he's got the address of the office so I can send him 2 books.
I'll text you that, mate. I'll make sure you get that.
Okay.
Me and you will have a conversation behind the scenes, Willie, yeah?
Yeah, okay, pal.
Okay, guys, internet, we love you. Don't forget, like Pete said, tune in next week for the L&D Liaison and Diversion Takeover. Go on our website and have a look at the jobs that are available if you want to be part of that team.
Click on a group, join in.
Click on a group and get connected, man. So, guys, stay blessed, and until this time next month, be lucky.
Okay, Pete. See you later, pal.
Bye-bye.